It only takes one smart drive to get into the end zone. And at Ziegler Subaru of Kenosha, you're already in the red zone. From kickoff to touchdown, this team delivers with a great selection of new models, the latest incentives, and absolutely no inflated prices.
Is this your normal time?
Depends. Sometimes on my weekends, yeah.
You know, I have to be honest, I don't think I've ever gotten, like, I think I've only had 2 white male drivers in my, like, entire Chicago Uber career. Do you think that's common normal? I always usually see, like, minorities.
Well, I'm Puerto Rican. So.
Oh, well, my apologies.
I look white. See, it's funny because my brother would have the same mother and father.
Yes.
But he's dark skinned.
Yes.
That's how we are.
In Puerto Ricans, which one is you guys the one with the star on the flag?
Yes.
And just like the solid colors going down. Yeah, I see a lot of Puerto Ricans in my gym, and I'm always surprised they're a lot more fair skinned. Maybe it's just my ignorance. I assume you guys, I just assume you might be a little darker, but that could just be.
It depends on where you're from in the island.
Yes.
First American Bank, the bank that does more for your money.
But it's kind of
FirstAmBank.com.
in my family.
847-952-3700.
We have all the shades.
Just it's a bag of different brown shades.
Attention. Have you racked up $10,000
Black
or
with an
more
afro.
in credit card debt?
So
Are
white
you
is
barely getting
pretty
by
nice.
making no
Yeah.
payment? With credit card debt reaching
But I get that a lot. When I work
National
at Home
Debt Relief
Depot.
is notifying
Yes.
consumers about
And,
significant debt
my
relief
name's
currently being made available to help those with
I
overwhelming
got a
credit
red
card
beard
debt.
sometimes when
These
it grows
options
out.
may reduce a large portion of credit
I
card
start
debt for
speaking
those who
Spanish.
I was going to ask
You
you,
don't
can
need
you
to
speak
be
Spanish? That could
or
help.
take out a consolidation loan.
I'm actively
You may
trying to
only have
learn
pay back a
Spanish right
fraction of
now.
what you
Yeah.
owe, even if
So-
you have bad credit. National
Yeah,
Debt
I'm
Relief
stuck
has
on my
already reduced the
past
credit
and
card debt
present
for more than
tenses.
550,000.
I suck at that in
So
English,
don't
so
wait.
no surprise
If you
I
owe
suck
10,
at it
20, or even
in Spanish.
$100,000 in credit
What's
card
your-
debt,
what's your
you
first
can now
language?
take advantage of this
English,
financial debt
yeah.
relief as the cost of living
And where are
continues
you
to
from originally?
skyrocket. To
Minnesota.
check what debt
Minnesota.
reduction you may qualify for, call 800-207-4545. That's
Have you been anywhere else?
800-207-4545.
No, but it's my dream. My dream is
Once
to
again, that's
buckle down for the next couple
800-207-4545.
years, and then hopefully if I have the balls to cut my job and just travel the world. And I want to specifically focus on Spanish-speaking countries. Maybe just be a bartender somewhere,
Yeah.
you know, hop on faith, you know. I don't know if we're religious, but
Mm-hmm.
a lot of people believe in the faith thing, so I might give that a try.
Yeah, I mean, you know, some Spanish people are really faith-based.
Yes.
It's the Josh Graham
Mostly Catholic.
Yes.
Westwood One Sports.
Well, you got Christian. You
Ariel
got pretty much the
Epstein,
whole
red hot with their postseason
Puerto
bet.
Rico. You'll see.
They'll be
I
joining
got a
us at the
cousin
top
who's
of the
Israelite.
next.
He be sending me
Big news
messages.
today.
Bro.
Mike McCarthy,
Now,
the new
it's
coach
funny
of the
because-
Steelers, according to Adam Schefter. of ESPN
My dad came
had
here
it
when he was
first.
18.
Okay.
Puerto Rico.
The next question you might
And
ask:
he's the youngest out of like
what
4
does this
brothers.
mean for
One of
Aaron
them
Rodgers?
passed away in the
Yeah.
war. He was 18. It's like a weekend.
Yeah.
Personally, don't feel that
so
this is
my
much of a
uncle-
stretch to say.
His sons, he had off pretty much
McCarthy's hired
4
to
sons
put
and
the
1
final
daughter.
nail in the coffin.
And one of his sons got shot.
If you had
He joined
any
the gang,
hope
he got shot
Yeah.
in
Rodgers
the
is
ass,
gonna
actually.
return.
So
Is he alive?
he's alive.
Okay.
So
Today's
my
news,
uncle
it was
took
already
them and took them to
a long
Indiana.
shot.
Yeah, okay.
It was already unlikely
So,
he was going to return. He was
Out there, there's
reportedly
more like
emotional
rednecks
Yes.
where he was at.
during Mike Tomlin's
So now these
meeting
all
with
my
Taylor, he
cousins
announced he
have,
was
and
stepping
Puerto Ricans in
down.
general for the
The
most part.
first report from last
I'm pretty
week
much
was
the
that
only exception to my
Rodgers
family,
was likely
where we all have
going
nicknames.
to
No one really
leave,
calls us by
depart the
our
Steelers.
regular name.
Nothing mentioned about retirement.
Now, are these nicknames mean? I heard in like
Another
Spanish
headline for the
countries or
Steelers,
Spanish,
we're open to
they're like,
him
what's up,
coming back.
fatso? What's up,
Those
ugly?
headlines don't
So,
contradict each other, by the way.
The thing,
Reflect,
the weird
Rodgers
thing is that
likely
in
wanting
Spanish
to leave
countries,
a
well, I can
Tomlin-less
speak for Puerto
Steelers,
Rico
Yeah.
even
and
if
Mexicans
Steelers
for the
are
most
open
part,
to
we're
Rodgers
kind
coming
of
back.
very culturally
Let's
similar.
also not forget
And then
that
pretty much all the
Rodgers
Caribbeans,
had a
Dominican,
relationship, shall we say,
Cuban.
with Mike McCarthy.
Words that might
There's
offend
a strong
somebody,
chance Rodgers
we use that as an
played a role in
endearment
McCarthy
term.
being fired in
Right?
Green
So
Bay
gordo is
about a
fat.
decade ago. Replaced
That could
by
be like,
Matt
that's your
LaFleur.
boy. Hey, gordo, I got
If you ask McCarthy,
negro.
let's say this is like
That's
that
another term
90s
of
movie
endearment,
with
right?
Arnold
And you'll
and
see
Jamie
that a lot
Curtis,
with
True Lies.
with
And you're
married
able to
couples. They'll
inject
say,
Mike McCarthy with
they'll
truth
tell their
serum
wife
and
negra
ask
or they'll
him
tell their
questions,
husband negro,
guaranteed
and
honesty.
you might look at them
Hey,
and they're like,
do
they
you
look
want
white. They're
Aaron
white.
Rodgers to be
You
your
know?
quarterback?
So
right out
even
of the
even
chip
if you're
Pittsburgh?
white skinned,
He
they'll call
probably
you
would
that.
say
Yeah,
no.
that's just.
What does
He
it
probably
mean?
wanted to
What
be
does
the
it
quarterback
mean
too.
in like
Now,
if you're calling
does that
like if
mean
your
Aaron
wife
Rodgers is
or
gonna
husband
retire?
calls you
No.
that, you're not
He might. Not ruling
black.
it
So
out. You gotta
in my
see it.
eyes, you're not black. So like, what are
But
they?
he is
Why are they
coming
calling
I
you?
guess it's part
individual
maybe
season
culturally
we've
with
seen
how
2021.
they might
Look at the way that he
see.
played at the fourth quarter of that Ravens
How
game.
would I say it?
It's
It's
bad
more
weather.
like.
Generally, if you're in your early 40s, it's not happening all that often.
So let's say if your grandmother
A lot of them are
in
warm
Puerto
weather
Rico
cities that maybe
might be
few
dark skinned,
a 1 year Aaron Rodgers
and your
experience.
marriage, your family
What
calls
else
her
might
homie negrita
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
stuff like that,
What
because
about
we're
the
very.
Arizona Cardinals?
If I see the way I
How
see you, the
about
way I talk to you,
Yeah.
Las Vegas.
right? So the first thing they'll see me if they
Maybe
see me
even
in Puerto
Indianapolis
Rico with
Yeah.
my
with,
family, see
warm
me,
weather,
they'll
but
come and
they
they'll rub
play
my
in
stomach.
the dome.
Gordito.
Yes.
If you don't know
And you're gonna be
about
like, come
Daniel
on.
Jones coming off the Phillies,
Right? So they'll use that term for
stability at
everybody.
that
Right.
position. And that's
Only
the
like
thing
people
that's
you're close with.
trying
Pretty much
to fire
you're
things
close
up and
with.
get to the playoffs
Now,
next year. So you shouldn't assume Rodgers is
you
going
might
to
still
retire.
spill over
Mhm.
to
Before we
even
get to Ariel Epstein
people you
in
don't know,
about 15 minutes, we
because there's
need
just so many words.
to talk about
Puerto Rico
this
has like a
college
bunch of
football
slang
story.
words for everything. It's
Dabo Sweeney lost
it's
his
kind of
ever
crazy.
loving
There's a lot to learn when it
mind
comes to like
this
cultural
week.
like
Right.
slang and.
Right.
If you've missed this
But yeah, it's
story,
all just pretty
Yes.
much
you
terms
might
of
be under a
your,
rock. You might not be following
And
college
since-
football as close
I get that a lot where
as
you might see
We
where
do.
like
There is
Puerto
a
Ricans don't
linebacker
say they're black,
Yes.
Dominicans don't
transferred
say
to
they're
Clemson.
black,
Yes.
enrolled
And
at Clemson, is in
they'll
classes
say
at
they're
Clemson,
Puerto Rican,
named
Yes.
Luke
Puerto Rican
Correll.
not a race, and
Yes.
stuff like that.
There's a comedian that's
Now-
like, me no black. Me
You
no
know
black.
black, yeah, that's Godfrey.
Yes.
Yeah, and Paul Mooney was like that too.
Yeah.
But the biggest thing is because we don't have,
Tampering,
especially the Puerto Ricans out there, they don't have that American experience
Yes.
really.
Yeah.
So to them, the most important thing for them to be is from that little island,
Yes.
represent that little island.
Now,
It's wrong to say this,
which makes complete
but it is a
sense,
way
you
of the
know, it
world.
makes
It's
sense.
reality.
I guess a
It's
question I
just
want
as
to
different
ask
when
is
it
like,
happens to a powerhouse program.
from
It should
your
be this way.
experience, like,
Mm.
if they're saying me no black, right, but
I'm
they're in
coming at you
America and they're
from
getting treated like black
Winston-Salem, North
people,
Carolina.
how does that
That's where this show is
affect
being
them?
from.
Like, I feel like that would be like,
Wake Forest
I don't know, I just feel like that would be like
University
a
is the
huge
smallest
culture shock, and I feel like the
power
sentence
conference
culture
school
shock is
in
not like the
America.
appropriate.
It all
There
depends.
Brains.
Like Roberto
About
Clemente,
10 years
Yeah.
ago,
he
They
was
had
black.
this-
Like
Yeah.
he would tell you, I'm black,
Right.
you know, and
massive scandal, big names involved.
He had his
Shane
experience.
Beamer
Right.
stole
for us other
Right.
people
Mhm.
in Chicago mainly
Mhm.
might be different
when he
because
was
when
the
they got
Virginia
here,
Tech from Wake
we
Forest.
couldn't move into any other
The collective
neighborhood.
reaction across
Even in
college
black
football was
neighborhoods, they
shrugged
would kick
shoulders.
us out.
Wait,
They
really?
call us,
But when it
dicks.
happened,
Be like, yeah, get the fuck out. We don't want you here.
and there's
So there
secrecy and
wasn't-
stolen signs
there
or
wasn't
whatever,
that
and
unity
Chicago
back then.
Stallions, it takes
Now,
over the
Puerto
whole
Ricans and
freaking
blacks probably
sport.
have the best relationship when it comes to minorities
Okay.
in the big cities.
Yeah.
Quarterback at Duke gets poached.
Now, you're
Well,
saying in just cities in general, or just in
Cities in
Chicago?
general, like Chicago,
Yeah.
Puerto Ricans and black probably get along more than any other Hispanics with blacks.
Interesting.
In New York, it's the same way.
It's the same thing. I feel like in New York, it's like they're not littered is the wrong word, but like you can't throw a rock without hitting a Puerto Rican or a
Right.
black person.
They're very close.
They're very close.
Now, That's why you might
As
see here in
Dabo Sweeney
Chicago,
outlined,
maybe
close to
mainly
a
because
10-minute
of
rant. This is an
probably
egregious
the
example of tampering. We're all
growing
in
up
across the
together
line.
for the
Yeah.
most part,
Here's a
going to the same
good-sized
school.
sampling
Yes.
of
You might
Dabo's
see
rant
Hispanics say the
right
N-word and stuff
Yes.
like that in
Yeah,
terms of
there's
like
tampering,
like your boys. or
Yes.
And then there's blatant tampering.
And in New York,
Tampering
especially.
101
I'm glad you
is
brought
when
that up
you're
because I never
talking
thought
to
about
kids
like
who
you know
aren't in the
Hispanics saying
fold.
the N word, and it's obviously a like you know if you're going online, it's like a huge touchy subject. But
But
going back to what you said, it's like when you guys call each other negro or negro, and then you see in the streets they're saying nigga, and well I guess it's just nigga. There's no nigga because there's boy or girl, but
Yeah.
it could maybe help
while they're in class.
maybe black
That's
community
like a
to
whole
understand
nother
like
level of
in
tampering.
maybe their
And it's
Hispanic
total
culture
Mm.
these types of words are not the
Because
negro
all
word, not the
this is
nigga
going
word
on
maybe in like the definition
While
and the
they,
history of
on the
nigga,
other
but just
side, are
maybe
trying to fight their
the
defensive end from
relaxness
going in
of
the
saying
fold.
negra could like translate to nigga. So
They
maybe
have
we're not
accused
getting that like
publicly others
in
of tampering
your
with their
culture. Like if
rosters
I went to your
and their
cookout,
players.
you guys might
while
be
they
saying
are over
negra
here
or negro all the time, and that
Yeah.
might be like
So
just how you guys
This
speak.
is,
And
this is just a
mainly
really
in Puerto
sad
Rican culture, you
state
probably
of
won't hear
affairs,
too much here.
and
Yes.
to me,
Maybe in the Mexican culture,
Yeah.
they use it too.
Yeah.
Um, that was actually the first time I heard it outside of Puerto Rico with all my friends.
Then we have no
Mexican.
rules and we
And
have no
they're both
government.
white.
Right.
They're more like Indian,
Right.
like native
Pretty well said.
Mexicans,
Carlos,
like Aztecs.
Mm-hmm.
Did you
And
see
They
the
call
way
each other
that
native all the
Dabo
time.
had the receipt
And their mother was
on
a little
this as
dark
well?
skinned.
Mm-hmm.
He kept receipts
But
on Pete Golding, the old man. Did you see
it's
this? Yeah.
It's just
it's
tricky.
very
This is actually
it's
pretty
very.
remarkable stuff.
Now here's one thing
No,
that
he
also here you'll hear
said that he
why
warned Ole Miss.
you might say
The way Dabo put it was,
you
he's
might
been
see
on the
like
job for
black
about
people.
4
I feel
weeks
like, oh,
as
they
a coach.
they're
I'm
not
gonna
really
give
black
him
because they don't
some
say they're
grace.
black. Or
Yes.
Let
whatever.
him know.
But
I know what you're
I think
doing.
the biggest issue
Stop
when it
now,
comes
I'm
to
not
that,
gonna turn you
and
in.
this is something that kind of affected me when I was growing up,
The next
because
morning,
I went to Clemente High School.
texted Luke Pirelli, the linebacker,
Now, all
in
these
an 8 a.m.
neighborhoods
class,
here were gang
asking,
infested.
Mhm.
hey, I know you're already signed.
I
but
just
what's
learned that
buyout
Humboldt
though?
Park used to be gang infested. Like you couldn't even go anywhere.
and then-
Gang, that was the
That was
divide.
it.
I had to think
Trinidad
about going to
Chambliss
Clemente
Yes.
and
because
Jackson
it was
Dart
dangerous.
is
I had to,
all
if I was
Luke
crossing
Pirelli.
California to go
Trying to
home,
convince him to
I had to
transfer.
make sure I looked back. There was nobody who was
Transfer
following me, and I had to
can
cut
get.
through the park
And here's the thing.
Yes.
because it was dead serious.
That was bad,
It
yeah.
was, and back then they didn't play no.
When you look at college coaches, both in
There were
college
so many
football and
gang
in college
members
basketball, if
that
you've
they
been
used to
around
go
long enough, there
have
is a
like
used car
grab bats and
salesman mixed
chains
into these
and meet
coaches.
at a
A
light
lot of them are
You
slimy.
easily see 30 people fighting on the
You
Yeah.
just
divider
fling mud back at
to
them.
death sometimes.
Yeah.
You ever find yourself
Crazy
being
shit.
targeted by a college
Now,
coach? As Dabo Sweeney is so
when
clearly
I
going
was
after Pete
growing
Golding.
up, I was rapping.
The problem with Dabo
Rapper had a little
he
crew.
already
What was your
started
name?
recruiting.
Is that your name now?
Well, I don't use it anymore.
But that's not your government name.
No, my government name.
Okay, but your rap name was.
So, yeah.
Gotcha.
And he never
And
quit
then,
on his kid. Like if he
and I was
he
pretty good.
views
Yeah.
a
People liked
commitment
it.
as being
Yes.
a lot
But I put up.
more ironclad.
I was making
than
some
pretty much
music.
any
I
coach
remember,
across
and
college football. There was a level of
I went to
commitment
this
that Dabo
guy
has to his players that is not
who was kind of
really
big in
seen all that
Chicago
much
as
in
far as
college
like
football today,
looking for
almost to
artists.
its
Yeah.
detriment. So
And
if
he
you're
told
Pete
me,
Golding,
"Oh man, you know what? I'm
that's
keep real
probably
with
the reason
you.
why you haven't heard a response. Because if you're Pete
The black
Golding,
people here don't want to
your
hear."
response might be
Why?
what Papa Doc's
What was his
reaction
explanation?
at
Just
the
because
end
he
of
just wanted to
A-File.
say that? Like, was there a
He
reason
he
why?
said because he had put he was Mexican, the guy, and he tried to put some Mexican artists in where he was from.
Got
Time
it.
and time again,
And
that's probably not the
now, granted,
that's probably not the
when I
way to
heard
go.
some of them, they weren't that
Will
great,
it facilitate
right? So I was like, oh, you're saying that,
Yeah.
right?
News cycle can
But
move
then
along
he
to
told me,
something
look, and
else.
I'm not even talking this because
Obviously,
these artists,
changes
I
needed.
know they're not that great.
Yeah.
But then
But
it's the same reaction we have.
he
Okay,
used
well,
to even work with
what are
Fat
the
Joe.
changes? Oh,
Mm.
the NCAA
Like,
needs to do something.
Like,
Okay, then
Fat
they
Joe's
get
been in the
sued. Then
game
what
only
happens?
because of his connections
Oh, then you need
and how
Congress
much
to give
respect he
them
has in the
antitrust
streets.
exemption.
Is
And being
why
from New
he-
York and all that
Is
jazz.
why
is
Yeah.
why he has, and Big Pun obviously.
Yes. Yeah.
Big Pun was
Oh,
probably
you
the
went
only
to
one who
school
kind of broke the
today,
mold a little
try
bit.
to come together with
But
a collective bargaining agreement with
they
players.
don't.
When the
If
schools
you
are
see,
making
he's like, this is when
75,
YouTube
80%
came
of
out.
the
Yeah.
revenue
He's
as
like,
of
if you
right
go to
now,
YouTube
even
right
if
now,
players
look
are
up a
being
Hispanic artist,
paid,
and then
pros
look
plus
at
that
the
collective bargaining, have collective
comments of
bargaining
it.
agreements, it's usually like a 51,
And it did. It kind of,
Or is it black people just being like, get out of here?
yeah, like, come on, you know, we ain't messing with that.
See,
You're not black. Things like that.
I wish we had longer time because I would
Yeah.
never even have, I just never thought that. You know, like,
Yeah.
I guess I do obviously see it, but I think it's more like kind of protecting. Like, the first rapper that came to my mind was Mexican OT. And like he had a great career, and then he was on some podcast and was like, I'm gonna say nigga all the time because what are you guys gonna do about it? And then like I haven't seen him since. But that's interesting. I never would have. I mean, if I said I never would have guessed that black people would have been like, get out of here, I think I would be lying. But I guess in my perspective is more of like we're just trying to keep an eye on this art and not just let anyone in it. But yeah, I wish I would.
No, I hear you. It's,
Yeah.
Yeah, there's some more. It's like a nuance.
Yes.
Like everything.
Yeah.
But it was a good time, man.
Yeah. Thanks. I need to get my stuff together.